Hi everyone. I'm actually going to turn in soon, but before I turn in, okay, I was talking to one friend or acquaintance from the gym, and he actually told me because he actually follows me on my YouTube, and occasionally he has like pop-ups and everything, so he knows what's going on, and he told me that despite my stress and everything, there's no point to sort of like give up and stop what I'm doing right now. And I think it made a lot of sense actually. It's not just him, but a lot of people like the psychologists. I went to talk with a psychologist today, and she said that don't give into the stress and everything. And I did tell her sometime back last week. I don't really know why did I end up having that kind of depressive episode. It was like kind of like you feel that you're on the verge of a mental breakdown, and it's been affecting everything, not just my health, but even things like lifestyle habits. Like when I eat, I take so long to finish eating, and not just that, because of the fear of choking, the fear of eating as well that came about from the fear of choking. And yeah, she I mean we didn't really have any like real therapy or EMDR whatever today because of that, and it was just me telling her about different things or the experiences. And yeah, I'm gonna actually see her again because I see her quite regularly, like once every 2 weeks. And yeah, unless something happens or whatever, unless I'm either her or either she or me, either one of us have something like maybe traveling overseas or whatever, unless that happens, we generally don't really not meet. So it's quite regular. So I said once every 2 weeks. And she just asked me how interested am I actually in like changing career, and to move into my new, and then everything, and then also things like what I'm actually planning to do if I'm really quitting my job, or minimizing the amount of work that actually keeps me very stressed. Because to be honest, I'm really stressed. I'm not pretending I'm not stressed, because uh, yeah, I mean sometimes, and I hate to say it, because even when I'm doing so much work for people, but I don't get a pay raise, I don't get anything, and it becomes such that I feel that it's very pointless, yeah. And I don't even have any interest in what I'm doing right now, to be honest. Not even a residual interest, which is unfortunate, but it's just a way, like when I feel that, after having major in what I major in university for, I mean, me up till graduate school and everything, and now I realize, oh, maybe it's not really what I'm meant to do, or maybe it's not something very fruitful, because yeah, I don't really make a lot of money from it, and I don't feel fulfilled. So yeah, it looks like it's a time to really start changing uh, my job, and there are things like, people are suggesting to me about taking a short holiday, maybe, who knows, before I even embark on a new phase, which is quite likely if you think about it. I mean, but again, I have been pushing on things like applying for the visa, and not the visa, but the electronic travel authorization, all these kind of things. And yeah, I mean, it's just like, especially when the so-called Lunar New Year is around this season, you realize, oh, I'm just pushing off things. I'm just tired. I'm just too tired of everything. But I realized this one thing. The strange thing is this. I still feel that I keep silent a lot about different things, and I don't think it's very healthy. So yeah. So I mean, yeah, I had a little bit of a, like, like, I was quite teary and emotional just now as well while sharing with her. I mean, now I'm a bit better because I realized that my appetite is coming back. I'm not taking a lot of time. I'm still taking a lot of time to eat, but at least I know I don't have so much of that fear of choking. And to be honest, that's the one thing that causes me to really take a long time. And last Friday was like, after that stomachache on Thursday night, and like 4.5 hours to eat a breakfast is just ridiculous. But I know one thing's for sure because especially after now that the Lunar New Year is coming, I should do some stuff like yeah, and they are more important. They're really important because um instead of just getting so worried, I should just do it. Yeah, and I think one of the few things I told her was that especially uh I told her this one thing about my habits. I have tendency to be so like I scream and save and everything, even including things like it's only a few dollars or like maybe $5-6 to eat a meal, but I just don't want to eat. Or let's say I have to buy my skincare, which is like a $50 or 60 something dollar cream with the points or whatever, or a pair of jeans for $50 and or $60, and yet I drag and drag and drag because not because I don't have the money, because I do have that money, but yet I keep on dragging it, and then that thing aside, and other than dragging on it and defaulting on the payment on buying, uh, yet that when contrasting that with the potential school fees I have to pay when I go into like graduate school, including studying the masters or whatever, and yeah, and it's just like the feeling, oh no, what am I doing to myself, and I don't even know how to treat myself very well. It's like, and then she said, sometimes it's very common among a lot of us. I mean, we tend to think that, oh, that if we, it's not that we don't want to treat ourselves well. It's just that we feel guilty for being good to ourselves. I think that this is what happens to most of us once we come out of the abuse. You know that whole thing that we have, we don't treat ourselves very well. And I mean I know that sometimes I still fall back into the pattern. Like when I went to Korea, even when I went traveling the last trip to Armenia and Georgia, people were saying it's not that you don't have that money, right? I mean, even in Armenia and Georgia, I could have done some shopping or whatever, but and or even spend more on food, but didn't spend that much on food because I thought that the food was horrible. And that aside, there was also the sense that, mm, what sense? Yeah, it's just a sense that I hesitated to spend money on myself. I mean, it was different in Korea. I really spent, and but that said, it was just a feeling, like I don't spend on myself, and why am I being so hard on myself? And the things she said about, especially about this current tendency of mine just not to spend on necessities, was she said, oh, you know what, you only have this one life. I mean, it's not that you I mean, we don't know when we are going to, how long we're going to live until, but if we don't even take care of ourselves in the present, what will happen next in the future is unknown. And I sat down very hard on me, and then I just kind of realized that, and I said, oh, maybe I should be kinder to myself. Yeah. So yeah. So anyway, this is what I'm just want to say. Yeah, don't be too hard on yourself, and I'm gonna put this lesson into practice on my own end, and yeah. And anyway, I have to go, and I have some work, and it's like so ridiculous when students bail on you and you have to push the work to tomorrow, and when you're supposed to do less work tomorrow and now you have to do it again. I'm not very happy, but I'm just taking it as that, you know what, I only have a few more months left with him, maybe February, March, April, and he graduates after that, or he's going to like due to graduate with his yeah, with his degree, and I think is I won't be helping much in other areas except for those two courses. So and I don't want to actually end up doing so much work anyway for him. I told him, you had to do all this reading. I can't help you much in that. I can't help you in your writing to look at you and tell you what is good, because when he comes out and work later on, I mean, he can't be expecting everyone to do the work for him. I'm not going to do it for him. I realize that I can't be anyone's enabler. Yeah, it's time for me to just say that, you know what, I'm doing what I can do for you within my bounds and my duty, but I'm also having my own mental health struggles. You're not the only one having mental health struggles. Okay. And yeah, so that's it for now. Okay, I'm gonna go off, and yeah, I'm gonna make another video actually about something concerning this thing about abuse and the power dynamics, because I think that some people ask me like, I had this argument with some friends, now no longer friends, okay. There are this very stupid ideas about what abuse is, and they say that as long as you're not physically abused, then the rest doesn't count as abuse, but that's not true, okay. Anyway, I'll talk later about that. Okay, okay, bye bye.